Hey guys, Mike Chin. This is my first day here in San Jose, Costa Rica. And right now I'm at the bustling downtown area where my food tour is gonna start at the Central Market. This market started in 1880, making this one of the oldest markets in Costa Rica. And this is a market to come to for, well, pretty much everything. There's clothing, there's spices, there's vegetables, and of course, ready-made food. And these food stalls that you see around me, these are referred to as sodas. And this stall right here, this is gonna be my first soda experience. I love traditional markets like this. It's right now about 9 o'clock in the morning. These soda places has been open since 6. There's a fruit juice vendor right next door. Got myself a coconut. And I got myself a lot of seafood. This is a seafood soup. Inside, there's carrots, potatoes, fish. It's loaded with clams and shrimp and also a crab. Oh, it's so good. This is one of the most seafood intensive flavored soup I've ever had. The fish is delicious, the shrimp, amazing. The texture, so bouncy and light. The flavor of the soup, it just tastes like a pure flavor extract of all the amazing seafood that's in here. You definitely taste a lot of the clams. Yeah, this is a wake you up, get you going for the day kind of soup. It says to add some of the spicy chili in the soup. Ooh, a lot of heat. Picante, yeah. Which, that means spicy. I picked that up right away. I think now the soup is even better. Oh, so good. Never had seafood soup like this before. This is more like a stew because this thing is just loaded with seafood and vegetables. 10 out of 10. Next up, I got a couple different ceviche. Fish ceviche and basically a combination ceviche. The ceviche looks so good. Oh, this is some out of this world ceviche. The fish has a delightfully delicate chew to it, and the citrusiness, oh my gosh. It's too good. And this is the ultimate mixed ceviche. This thing has everything in here. Shrimp, clams, fish, pieces of tuna. Oh my gosh, look how big this clam is. Oh, it's so good. I don't think I've ever had tuna in ceviche before. Oh, that thing just melts in your mouth. There's a tiny bit of sweetness to it and so much flavor. I mean, the regular fish ceviche is good. This will knock your socks off. Still has citrusy, but now with different textures from the different seafood. The clam, the tuna, the shrimp is going to be a little sweeter than when it's just a fish. You won't be able to get enough of this. Definitely the best ceviche in my life. Also, I got an entire fried fish. So the entire fish with coleslaw and fries. Squeeze of lemon juice. Oh, this fish is the epitome of tenderness. The flaky, juicy meat, about as melting in your mouth as you can get. Plus, with a splash of this is a local lime called an orange lime, and the juice tastes like a mix between a lime and an orange. Splash that on the fish, and that's all you need for a ticket to Flavor Town. I mean, this is a local breakfast for the ages. I'm gonna get to eating before my fish gets cold. See you in a bit. Oh, this is the busiest soda. It's super popular. Packed full of people. Soda Tala is the most popular soda spot. I really wanted to try Gallo Pinto, which is the national dish of Costa Rica. They have their own take on it. They call it Tala Pintos. I also really want to try a Casados, but they're sold out already. They've been open for 3 hours. That's already sold out. Just got my dish and it looks and smells amazing. And Gallo Pinto, like I said, it's the national dish of Costa Rica. They have it everywhere. And it's beans and rice cooked with salsa lozano, which is the blend of unique herbs and spices. In this particular version, there's 3 different types of meat. There's beef, there's chicken, there's fried sausage. You get a tortilla, and there's an omelet underneath all of that. This whole thing is served on a banana leaf. This is a love at first bite kind of dish. Wow, I can see why this place is so busy. This thing will make your taste buds dance. Everything about this dish is so good. Just tasting the gallo pinto on its own, wow, that is absolute pure essence of flavor in a bite. It's almost indescribably flavorful. It's a little spicy, it's fragrant, it's definitely herby. The beans are soft and creamy. The rice texture is perfect. Little chunks of beef that's fatty. It's seasoned so well. Fried sausage. This is a remarkable plate of food for only about $3. I mean, the amount of complexity in this dish in terms of flavor from all the spices and herbs they added to this will leave you speechless. I'm still trying to figure out all the spices that's in here, but at this point, all I know is that my mouth is super, super happy and a little on fire. This is definitely worthy of the title of the national dish of Costa Rica. I can eat this every single day for the rest of my life. It's so good. It's so good. Next up for some dessert, this ice cream shop started in 1901 and they only serve one flavor, vanilla. Very unique vanilla, by the way. The color you can see is it's almost mustard-like, and what makes this really special is inside it contains a lot of cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Wow, those are all the ingredients.
Exactly. The two main flavors that you may feel are the same. It's the cinnamon and the vanilla. Then come the strong flavor. It's nutmeg and cloves.
Cloves, yeah.
And then very in the bottom, and almost in the final, we have it's like a black sweet pepper. It's called allspice.
Allspice, yeah. Wow, all that goes in here.
Milk.
Milk.
Pure milk.
Same recipe 100 years? Really? 100 years. Your great-grandfather, your grandfather.
Yes.
And now it's you.
Yes.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you have an ice cream bucket list, this should definitely be on it. This thing is extravagant. 5 different types of spices, and you definitely taste it. What's really different between this and a traditional vanilla ice cream, besides the obvious spices, is the texture. So this has more of a sorbet texture, so not as creamy as traditional ice cream, but it's very, very refreshing. It's basically called sorbet ice cream. And it's awesome. You definitely taste, obviously, the vanilla. I get the cloves, I get the cinnamon a lot. If you didn't show me the other spices, I probably wouldn't guess them, but they make up that extra wow factor in this ice cream. So 1901, this place has been around for over 120 years. Everybody here is just the nicest. If you don't speak Spanish, it's okay. They speak English. This is a must try if you ever come to Costa Rica. I'm gonna miss this once I leave here. I missed a lot of things. I had a lot of delicious stuff today, but it's so good. This is Alexander. You run the shop now. It's one of the best ice cream I've ever had. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was such a fun local food experience. This market's amazing. There's so many things to see, so much food. I love Costa Rica already. Also, the people, so friendly. Lunch is going to be at a Chicharron restaurant. This restaurant is called Chicharronera Cacique Aserri, and I'm here for the Gran Cacique, which is just a giant plate of meats. Here it is, with a giant tray of fried meat with tortillas, bananas, and yuca. There's some salsa, radish, bean paste as well. This I love. I've been eating this all day. The stewed potato. Put it with some rice. It's so good. These potatoes are stewed in some kind of sauce. There's just so much flavor. That on top of the rice, this is a meal unto itself. And look at this giant platter of fried meats. This is the chicharron right here. This place specializes in chicharron, and their chicharron is supposed to be more meaty than fat. Oh my gosh, this thing is fresh out of the fryer. It's burning hot, it's glistening. You can see the layer of meat here. Thin layer of skin on top. This thing is so juicy. Again, very thin layer of skin on top, providing that delicious, airy, subtle crunch. A layer of fat right underneath that. Then just juicy, scrumptious meat. The crunch is so subtle here, but you can taste that layer of skin just dissolving on your tongue. This whole piece just fantastically juicy. There's 3 different cuts of fried meat on here. This right here, fried pork ribs. Oh, I think flavor-wise, this is the most flavorful. I mean, meats around the bone generally are. This is also the crispiest meat on the plate. And then the third cut of meat on the plate, I think this is a loin. Look at this. This looks like it was smoked before it was fried. All right, a couple things about this piece. This is actually the most flavorful cut of meat on the plate. It's also the toughest. It's kind of like eating fried jerky a little bit, but you get a lot of that great porky flavor that releases as you chew. And of course, that is the leanest cut. Now, let's wrap it all together. Take a tortilla, definitely some pork belly, some meat from the ribs, a little bit of lean beef, some salsa, some radish, a squeeze of orange lime, wrap it all together. The chicharron tastes delicious on its own, but when you put it all together, it's like a transformative, brand new dish. You get the juicy, crispy fat from the pork belly, the flavor from the pork ribs and loin, and that's all balanced out by the salsa and the orange lime, and it adds a bit of heat. And all that is wrapped with a delicious tortilla that adds a hint of corn sweetness to it. When you take a bite of that chicharron taco, it's crispy, it's juicy, it's spicy, it's citrusy. So many different textures of pork, all wrapped in one. Again, the chicharron individually, amazing, especially the pork belly. This is basically just pure crispy pork juice. And if you're feeling a little bit greased out, take a bite of the banana or the yuca, which are really, really good palate cleansers. And then just keep hitting that repeat button. Dinner time, trying out another classic Costa Rican dish. This is casado, and the name literally translates to a married man. They got that name because a while back, a lot of men used to work in the field, and when they would go to work, their wife will pack them food, usually wrapped in banana leaves. And they did this because, again, they were working in the field, and being wrapped in banana leaves, it would be something that's easier to hold and to eat. And it's basically a wide array of different ingredients. In this case, I got some beans, some plantain rice, and beef. And this particular cut of beef is an eye round, so it's traditionally a pretty tough cut of beef. But this place made it pretty tender and really flavorful. Rice and beans are so delicious. The beans are soaked in some kind of gravy. I think it's mixing with some of that beef gravy as well. So it's flavorful on its own, but additionally beefy. And then mix some of that sweet plantain in with your bite of savory beef and beans and rice. That's just the best way to eat this. A little sweetness is exactly what this bite needed. I think pretty much any dish in this country that involves rice and beans, I'm gonna be a fan of. Got a gallo as well. This is a Costa Rican taco. And the sausage one is what they recommend that I get. Wow, that sausage is delicious. That paired up with very fresh lettuce, sweet tomatoes. Tortilla is very soft with a hint of sweet corn. This has been such a fun first food day here in Costa Rica. I'm mainly here in San Jose for a few days, but here if you drive 4 hours out to the beach, that area is called Tamarindo. It's supposed to have some of the best beaches in the world and waterfalls and natural hot springs. So hopefully get to come back and see that part of the country. But so far, everyone I met, and I mean everybody, so friendly, always got a smile on their face. But this is a very, very friendly country, which really fits in with their motto of Pura Vida, which means pure life. And as always, all the places I went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.